Monday Night Raw! September 19th, 2022. This show starts off.
I miss Rikishi's ass. I want Rikishi's ass in my face.
Well, that's basically what this show is. Well, most it.
£400 of fucking shite rubbed in your face. That sums up Monday Night Raw. It's like a big shitey ass getting rubbed all over your face for 3 hours straight.
That's pretty much it.
That's it.
That's pretty much it.
I think we've just nailed it. The Da Vinci Code. The Raw shitey ass code. Boom. Rikishi, bring it back.
The show actually starts off alright with Lashley versus Seth freaking Rollins.
Seth freaking... I mean, do they have to say freaking in his name? Does freaking need to be in the title? Do the announcers have to announce him as Seth freaking Rollins? Like, I don't get it. It's not like... I just don't get it. Freaking... Freaking's not even a nickname.
No, they can say Seth freaking Rollins, but they need to put it in like the actual titles, the graphics, the match
Not
cards.
like, oh, fucking Stone Cold, Rattlesnake Austin, you know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, like, it never came up with the American Badass, it just came up with the fucking Undertaker, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, just... Yeah.
Like, putting freaking in doesn't automatically make it a gimmick, like, does it?
I don't know, where did the freaking come from anyway? I get it, they can't say fucking.
It's a fucking raw, yeah, true.
And I guess that's what they want to go for, but like, I don't... The freaking's not like... It's not like a it's not really a title or a character, you know what I mean? Like it kind of a lot like, oh, the game. You know, I just don't get it, like, I mean...
I don't get it, but you know what? This is actually an alright match. Most notable spot is when he goes to do the curb stomp and Bobby Lashley looks at him like the nemesis, like he's fucking Jill, Seth, Valentine, Rollins.
I'd be like, Roman, head of the table, Reigns.
Right, I think we've established the name's pissed. Can we just move on to the actual match?
Logan, I record dead people in a Japanese forest, Paul. Finn, I'm fucking dog shit and I belong at the end of the line, Balor.
Why was Logan Paul made it to be like a fucking absolute nonce for that?
I don't get it. Like, I mean, fuck, see people nowadays, see as soon as they see anything, like, legit, like, people could be walking down the street, they'll see someone being, like, murdered in daylight and they get their phones out and record it.
Yeah, it's not like Paul...
It's not like Paul killed the person.
And filmed it. No, not even like, it's not like he filmed it, was making fun of him. He was just kind of highlighting the fact, oh fuck, this is the suicide forest.
I mean, I know it. I personally wouldn't do it, like, but I mean, it is what it is.
I wouldn't even go as far as say it's distasteful.
Well,
it's borderline, like, but I don't think.
I know this is a raw review.
Something can be distasteful, right? But that wasn't is so objective.
Was it not?
No.
I thought he went there just to record people.
No, he went to record his adventure in the forest, and he found a body. Because guess what?
Well, it's a suicide forest. Is it? You're not going to find dead bodies.
Well, maybe like, but I mean, if you go to Auschwitz, like, you're not guaranteed.
A couple of Jews lying there or something. Or?
Anyway, we'll get the
Paul. I don't want banned. Fuck me. Had enough channels demonetized over the years, so we'll cut that one there.
Alright, anyway, decent match here. He counters the curb stomp.
There's a really good spot where he counters the curb stomp. Well, does he counter, or does he just fucking no-sell it, really? Seth Rollins goes for the curb stomp and nothing happens. He just jumps
the movie
up.
Ain't done. He counters it, in my opinion. It's a counter. No selling with the curb stomp gets done, he gets straight back up. He counters it with his neck strength.
But that's like someone, like, punching. That's like Big Show hitting the knockout punch.
No, it's not.
And the person just stands there and takes it.
No, it's like he absorbs the punch, but doesn't take the punch, if you know what I mean.
So he didn't absorb the stomp kick?
It would be like if Brock Lesnar does the F5, but the guy lands on his feet, in my opinion.
That's
a fair assumption.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. You could be onto something.
I will tell you what's onto something. Frickin' nothing, because Seth Rollins loses.
Good match. Bobby Lashley continues. People can make out as if, oh, we're pushing the United States Championship as a major title again under Triple H. End of the day, Raw doesn't have a world title, and the show suffers because of it, right? Lashley being US champion and all that stuff, great, whatever, but it's not the same.
This match would just be a lot better if it was for the title.
It's not the same. Yeah, I mean, it's just not the same as having a world title, right? So Someone needs to ask Reigns. I don't know if we need permission, but just give us one of those belts back, right? I mean, you can still have your 254-year title reign with one belt. You don't need it with two. It just doesn't make sense. I just don't get it.
It's as simple as
We're
that.
supposed to be having a brand split as well. Why the fuck's the guy got both belts? I hate when they do this. Brand split, but we're going to unify the belts. I mean, like literally, what is the point?
I know.
If you're going to unify the belts, you just unify the brands.
It's as simple as that.
I mean, but he can appear on both shows. The guy's part-time. He barely appears on SmackDown. Never mind appear on Raw.
I know. I don't understand it. Like, just back in the day, they've just never done this.
Like, fucking Undertaker, when he was Undisputed Champion, he was legit on every show.
I know,
He was
fucking...
wrestling jobbers. You can't even get Reigns to wrestle a main eventer, for God's sake. When was the last time Reigns wrestled on... Riddle. I think that's it. Wrestled Riddle a few months ago. Taker was wrestling every single week.
Tommy Dreamer.
Tommy Dreamer, Randy Orton, you name it. He would wrestle them. I was going to mention Stevie Richardson. I don't think that happened, like, but...
No, I don't know why I'm going to say Stevie White Sox.
White Sox.
Talking about White Sox in the ring, Dexter Lumis is on Miz TV, but he's actually under Miz TV, innit?
Yeah, so he's under the ring the entire time. Miz is in the ring. Miz all of a sudden... Doesn't make much sense to me. Miz has been running scared for weeks, but now he wants to face him face to face, man to man. I get it. It's not really man to man because Ciampa's there, but then again, Ciampa's about 4 foot tall, so it's like man to man and a half. I mean, if you put Ciampa on the Miz's shoulders, you might get to Dexter Lumis' height, so...
Like, I thought this was probably the best thing about the show, right? But, I don't know, it just felt like Miz is talking for like a minute and a half while Dexter Lumis is cutting the ring so he can put his head through. It's like, how fucking dragged out can it be?
Well, he was cutting around the ring as well, so he could drag him down. But for me, it was... I think as soon as he cuts the hole, the head needs to go up straight away.
I think he should just cut a circle enough for his head. Doesn't need to grab the Miz. I think his head just appearing through a gap would be fucking brilliant.
Aye. This reminded me of Cena and Kane and Zack Ryder and Cena having to... Remember that? Kane trying to drag Zack Ryder to hell?
Yeah, I know.
And then Cena's... Oh, I got to clutch on to Saki boy! And then you got Ciampa holding on to the Miz as Dexter tries to pull him under. Then Ciampa manages to pull the Miz free. But then Dexter grabs onto Ciampa and tries to pull him under. Ciampa hits Dexter with a microphone.
And then he sits there.
Dexter's gone.
And he just looks like such a midget.
Ciampa's sitting there with Miz. Miz crawls over to the hole. Dexter Lumis appears back out the hole. And then Miz and Ciampa make their way, make an escape. Miz asked on this Miz TV, why is Dexter Lumis doing this to him? And that's the fucking question I want to know. Why is Dexter? I mean, context.
Probably wants to kill his entire family or something like that.
No, I don't know. Maybe I kind of like that they're doing something different, but at the same time, it's like, when are we going to find out what's the point of this? Do you know what I mean? It's like, will there ever be a reveal?
To be honest, I would just take... I hope Dexter Lumis' purpose of the main roster is just to creep people out.
I'd go for it. I mean...
Like, I don't really know how else you could just do him randomly appear, but would it not be brilliant if the Miz... Even like a Money in the Bank match, and like he just opens the briefcase and there's severed heads in the fucking briefcase.
But does he want to be the Miz? Does he want to replace the Miz? I mean, like, what is it? I don't really get it. I mean, does he want to take the Miz's family? I just don't really... It's like weird. It's like one night he just turned up and... See that night he debuted, was the Miz wrestling?
I can't even remember.
I remember AJ Styles was there. I don't remember if the Miz was there.
I think it was actually AJ Styles versus the Miz versus...
It might have been
someone else, but aye, this was actually alright. But we move on. We've got Damage Control. This was actually the best.
Not alright.
This was the best segment of the show.
How could I forget? Damage Control. Control Alt fucking delete, more like it, right?
It's actually... I could probably get their names, but see if I was having to bet my life on it, the other two members of this faction other than Bailey, I would struggle.
Dakota Kai, Io Sky.
That just sums it up though. Dakota Kai, Io Sky, Dakota... It sounds like fucking two Nissan GTRs. Shite. Honestly, like, this person just grabs a mic, talks a load of shite, says, you're not the face, you're not in control.
You don't have any power, you don't have any control. The last time I checked, unfortunately, Bianca Belair is the women's champion, therefore she hasn't kept control of what's supposed to be the the most important women's belt there is. So, yeah, I wouldn't say she has no power, no control.
Yeah, this is absolutely horrendous, and you just know.
Then she goes on and says, "Oh, you something about you haven't lost in over 300 days." So obviously she is kind of in control. If she hasn't lost in over 300 days.
I know what you know though. You just know they're going to get interrupted. Bella, sweetie.
Oh, you didn't think you were going to run us down, did ya? And the EST wasn't going to come out on the mic and bore the fuck out of everybody watching, did ya? No, honey, that's not how... I'd get those fucking earrings and I'd pull them out and I'd shove them down her face and send her on a box, say NXT.
See when those three are out there on the ramp, why can't Rikishi just fucking drive through the Titantron and run all three of them over?
I did it for Fog Wrestling.
I wish he did.
I would pay him. Much did Triple H pay Rikishi to run over Austin? I'd double it if he got rid of fucking Bianca Belair.
Is what it is, but this
let's be real, Trish is still alive, right? She had emergency surgery and she lived. Bring her back, what are they waiting on? She said she'd do one more match, right? Just pay her the Saudi money and say, forget one more match, we need 2 more decades, Trish, right? See your retirement, postpone it. See your pension, save it away, right? We need you back. I can't be dealing with Bianca Belair much longer. You talk about long title, I mean, why is... I don't mind a title reign being long if it's good or something, but I mean, like, what's WWE's obsession with doing these long, boring as fuck title reigns? Like, Roman Reigns went on far too long. Bianca Belair's approaching a year now. It's just, it's too much.
No, it really is too much.
Or maybe it's not approaching a year, but it feels like a year.
Aye, but Becky won the belt off her. Buried her.
No, wait, aye, she won it back at Mania, didn't she?
No.
Alright, so it's not been a year, but it may as well be a year.
It's been 5 months and it feels like fucking 5 years. It is what it is, but this sets up like Bliss versus Bayley. Oh yeah.
And what is with Asuka and Alexa Bliss? Like what is Alexa Bliss doing? Like, what's the game plan?
It's awful. I don't know what the game plan is.
If Bray Wyatt's not there anymore,
fucking windy.
And she's no longer with Bray Wyatt, then what was the point of those counselling meetings that she done if nothing's fucking changed?
Lily has bite, and so do I.
It's weird. It's like she's kind of dressing a bit more like Goddess Alexa Bliss, but she's still wearing like kind of like dark themed clothes to suggest she's like it's still Bray Wyatt, and then she's still with Lily, but doesn't really talk to Lily or treat her as a Lily's essentially just a prop. It's like, what's the point?
I know, but see,
it's like she's trying to be in the middle. I mean, why don't you just either you go to one side, she either commits to doing this whole fiend-esque shit, or you go back to being the goddess. It's like they half put her back to the goddess, but not totally let go of the fiend gimmick, and it fucking sucks.
I see, to be honest though, who gives a shit? Fiend gimmick, goddess gimmick, get in the bin gimmick.
Who gives a shit? It's a massive difference.
Well, it's not doing anything, is it? The division is horrendous.
Well, it's not doing anything because the gimmick's pish. You're saying it doesn't make a difference? Well, clearly it does make a difference.
Yeah, but for that, I don't know, for that to work, it was like, you need it Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt's gone.
Yeah, but
the women's division's shit. Even if she brings that gimmick back, what's she going to do against Belair? She's going to be doing all this creepy stuff, and Belair goes like, honey.
I'm not saying bring it back. I'm saying literally what was the point of those like counsellor meetings? Or she's speaking to like the...
Well, it's probably the fact they had stuff with Vince, and then Triple H came in.
Yeah, but the way they done that, it was almost like they were going to try and move her away from that or something like that. And just, you know, they're trying to like, oh, let's end this gimmick, let's like put it...
I know, but it's the WWE way, innit? They just gloss over things and pretend it never happened. Chris Benoit.
No, to me, this is sort of like, you know, Kane buries Biker Taker at Survivor Series 2003, but then Undertaker starts, when he makes his comeback, he's kind of like coming out as Dead Man Taker, but on a bike, wearing the bandana, but he's got like the fucking goth jacket on it.
The jacket's like, trailing along under the bike.
Yeah, no, it's like, I mean, like, what is it? Is it Taker, Biker Taker, or is it Dead Man Taker? I feel that's what they've done here. They've just kind of like they're in the middle, and it fucking sucks.
Ah, well, let's get to something that matters, all right? Kevin Owens, Austin Theory. Talk us through this one.
Can he be in the middle of the fence, right? And speaking of middle of the fence,
this was no fence. This was a barbed wire fence, and your face is stuck in it.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Johnny Gargano's out there, goofball. Hope he dies.
Gargano helps Theory lose the match. Kevin Owens wins with a pop-up powerbomb. I mean, who really cares? Kevin Owens is happy because he got to wrestle.
This is your US title feud.
Aye, unfortunately, this is a US title level. Not Bobby Lashley, Seth Rollins. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, fucking rematch. Who cares? Move on.
That's it. We've got AJ Styles backstage on the phone. Judgment Day are watching him from afar. This was weird.
Alright, AJ.
AJ, but
We used to be friends, AJ.
I didn't betray you. Technically, I didn't betray you, even though I did fucking batter
you. Don't answer my phone calls, AJ.
It's because you wore the fucking LGBT flag, AJ. I mean,
the gay community. What the heck? Nah, man, I don't get Balor's point. He comes out and he says that he's never stabbed AJ in the back yet. I mean, literally, him and AJ were against the Judgment Day when he decided to turn. And alright, technically, he didn't turn on AJ, but I mean, he turned the next night when the Judgment Day were beating up AJ for weeks. So that's months even. So for me, that's as good as turning on AJ. That's as good as.
If you join a faction that's been battering your mate, you've turned on. Just because you didn't batter him yourself.
Aye, well, that's true. I mean, that's like if someone goes out and
like when Austin turned heel, he turned heel on JR. Even though he hadn't battered him at that point, he goes to batter him. He eventually does batter him, but he's turned his fans on the millions. Open him up, and talk about open him up. The paychecks have been opened up here. Roman Reigns, Logan Paul, press conference highlights. What do you make of this?
I don't mind Logan Paul, but I don't see why he's in the main event competing for the title.
Say it ain't him. Who is it?
Well, that's the problem. Roman Reigns, his title rung's been that long that he's pretty much beat everybody.
We went to the Disney Channel.
So I mean, if it's not Logan Paul, then who else is it? I mean, Bobby Lashley hasn't had a shot yet, but
yeah, I mean, Triple H gets in the middle. Fucking bring Triple H back. I know he's his heart problems, but everyone does. He shouldn't have got the vaccine. Simple as that.
I mean, if Flair can go at 73, why can't Triple H go at 52 or whatever age he is?
Exactly. But guess what, guys? The Brawling Brutes are on Raw. And they don't see eye to eye with the Street Profits.
I'm not even going to attempt their accent, but it was not good. What's the guy? Ridge Holland? Wait, is he English or
what? He's English. I thought he was Dutch.
I thought he was Irish.
Irish, Dutch, English. Shite. That's it, I mean.
Oh, so basically...
What was the thing you said? R instead of is?
You wanna put your money where your mouth are. Money where your mouth are.
Maybe he's a pirate.
Put your money where your mouth are. Or pirate. Well, if he's a pirate, I want him to walk the plank because he fucking sucks. Throw him overboard for fuck's sake.
Oh god. And then they actually defeat the Street Profits.
Yeah. So this is weird. They're basically saying how they're going to win the belts. And then the Street Profits come out and go, hey, you might have beat all those other jobbers last week, but you didn't beat us. And I thought, right, well, Street Profits are going to win this because they're like a tiny bit over. And the Brawling Brutes suck and Sheamus isn't there, so of course Street Profits are going to win. But nah, Brawling Brutes beat the Street Profits and like... they're trying to talk up the Street Profits like last month as credible challengers for the tag titles and now they can't even beat the Brawling Brutes. No offense to the Brawling Brutes, like they're not that. I mean, it's just.
What do you mean, no offense? I couldn't give two shits about their feelings.
I mean, it's just two guys that tag along with Sheamus. Essentially, that's what it is.
You know, Dave Meltzer gave that match 5 stars.
A match involving the Brawling Brutes.
Aye, well, no, Sheamus and Gunther.
Did he?
Aye.
Fuck me, Uncle Dave, all right?
No.
Triple H paying him then? No, I wouldn't be surprised if Triple H is in charge now. Because him and Triple H are... Well, he likes Triple H. I don't know if Triple H probably
sure
does like him.
We'd Keller get information, gave information to Vince. They were alright. So, I mean... Wade
Keller's not with Dave, though.
Is he not anymore?
Never were.
What? I thought all those sad bastards were all together.
No, it's Brian Alvarez that's with Dave.
Well, he's not quite Marcus, is he?
Riding through this world. Cheap Sons of Anarchy plug there. Right, what are we talking about?
Alexa Bliss versus Bailey up next.
Right, so Bailey, what happened?
All you need to know is Bailey and Dakota Kai help Io Sky do the pishest lion salt you'll ever fucking see. It's fucking.
I don't understand this. I mean, runs at the ropes like 2 miles an hour, then they kind of help her up and push her over. It's like, What was the point? Is she not capable of doing the move on her own?
This is something you'd have seen in the Attitude Era with like the Dudleys helping Mae Young do it was on that fucking wasn't it like?
It was
Because what she did nothing. They literally flipped her.
Yeah, and then she hits the move on Asuka. This was Asian on Asian violence. So
Squid Game.
Squid Game 2, the WWE edition. I mean, who cares really? This was garbage. Just garbage. Bayley wins and she challenges Bianca Belair for a match that nobody wants to see really. So then we get Riddle and Ray. Ray's like, oh man, my son. I've lived my whole life for my son. My son means everything to me.
420.
And he says that he should have seen this coming, blah blah blah. Then Riddle's like, bro,
I jobbed out my family, so it's okay.
You can adopt me as your son, Ray, and we can get high together, bro. Then Ray's like, yeah, man. And Riddle's like, you know, what's the smoking rules like in San Diego, Ray? And Ray's like, don't know, I'm too short to buy fucking tobacco products. And then Riddle's like, bro, we'll smoke them anyway. And that's it. Then they go out, have a wee smoke. They take on...
Wait, did he actually... Wait, you made half of that up, didn't you?
I made all that up, aye.
What to say, that's not the way I remember.
Right, then we have Johnny Gargano backstage with fucking Alpha Academy. Gable says to Gargano, oh, you beat our friend up there. And if you're against him, then you're against us or whatever.
Because he helped me.
And then so he's got a problem, and then Kevin Owens turns up and he's like, you have a problem? And then Gargano's like, nah, these guys have a problem. And then Gale's like, yeah, we do have a problem. And then Kevin was like, well, he helped me, so if you've got a problem with him, you've got a problem with me. I've got a problem with this whole fucking segment, right? It sucked. That's my problem. I've got a problem with the show, actually. The whole show sucked. But yeah, pretty much a tag team match gets announced for next week. A tag team match.
What is this whole gimmick, though, of like Alpha Academy, Johnny Gargano, Owens, Theory? They're just swimming in shite.
See if they wanted to get you excited for Raw next week, this tag match wasn't the way to go.
No.
You know what I mean? It's like, surely there's announcements they could have made the week prior than this. I kind of like the fact that they're like making matches in advance, but last week it was Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, this week
making a match for the title. This week it's Alpha Academy and Fat Boy and Johnny fucking wrestling. It's not really the same thing, is it?
No, it's really not. But the Judgment Day are out next, and I actually get a bit of heat here.
Nah, they're getting booed. I can see why people are booing them, like they all fucking suck.
No, but you know what, like, see this, right? This doesn't mean they're over. It just means Edge and Ray are over.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean,
if we ran on the set and we attacked
and to be honest, Dominic's the only guy getting the heat. Yeah. So therefore it's not even the other three.
It's because you got the name Mysterio.
No, but literally.
I mean, Finn Balor can say, the line starts behind me, but I mean, at this stage, he's at the bottom of the line, isn't he?
Balor hears anything above a pin drop, and he's like, fuck it, family photo, because I'll never get this moment again.
The line finishes behind me. But yeah, they take a family photo, and of course they do this because Ray's watching, and Ray's lost his family. He's lost Dominic.
He's lost Eddie. He's lost Benoit.
He's lost everything. He fucking lost the match as well. Got beat by the stomp from Finn Balor. We had Seth Rollins come out, get involved. Matt Riddle laying it. Dominic goes on his knees and implores Rey Mysterio. But that's a word you've not heard on this channel before. Implores, and I felt good saying it, so I'll maybe say it a couple more times.
Do you know what it means, isn't it?
It's like yeah.
It's like I fuck yourself. Using the word doesn't know what the fuck it means.
No, it's like you're like asking someone to like do something. You're like I'm trying to
entice them into it.
Aye.
Oh, that's another word, entice them. Here's a word you have heard. Shite, because that's what this fucking shit was.
Most common word on the channel, brother.
Right, anyways, the Judgment Day win, right? Nobody cares. Pit match set for Extreme Rules. That's it. That's your show.
Bro, Riddle and Rollins are brawling backstage, and a bunch of midgets come out to try and separate them.
Pit match? Yeah, you got it.
Must have been the fucking.
Hey, Riddle, you're still there.
I think it was the entire Ring of Honor roster that came and tried to separate them.
Ring of Honor.
Riddle was like, I'll face you anywhere, anytime. And Seth Rollins says, name it. And then Riddle's like, Survivor Series, bro. Pit Roll match, bro. And then Rollins.
He said Extreme Rules, mate.
That's what I said.
He said Survivor Series.
Oh, did he? Ah, fuck it. War Games instead then. Alright, Extreme Rules, fuck it, I don't care, man. All pay-per-views are shit.
Right, rate the show, rate the show.
Nah.
Shite.
I implore you to come up with something else.
I'll give it a 1.
What's it getting a 1 for?
The first 2 segments were alright.
Does that not mean you should get 2 then? No?
No. Because there's more than 10 bits of shite, you know?
Yeah, it wasn't a good Raw, let's be real. It was not good at all. I'll give it 2. I don't know why.
1.5. I don't know why you had 1.5, guys.
I'm giving it 2 fingers, he's giving it a middle finger.
So yours 1.5.
1.5. 1.5 out of 10.
Peace.